stuck in bad weather?
This is the last time we ever do this. When we get back, we're going to Ocala Aviation and getting our pilot's license.
Yeah, we've been talking about that long enough. It's about time we did it. Then we could just fly ourselves and never have to deal with this mess again.
Right. No long lines, no full body groping security, no baggage checks.
Not to mention never losing your luggage. Remind me again why we haven't done that?
Well, we're idiots.
Oh, right.
Attention all passengers for flight 1370. It looks like the plane is going to be delayed a little bit longer. The airline has lost the pilot's luggage. Isn't it time you got your pilot's license? Call Ocala Aviation today. 352-861-7484. That's 352-861-7484. Hey, you've earned it. Call today.
Central Florida Eye Institute is the area's leader in laser vision correction. From high-definition refraction surgery and LASIK vision correction to custom cataract, glaucoma, and diabetic treatment, you can count on Dr. Crowley and his effective, friendly staff to provide you with the quality care you deserve. Call 352-237-8400 for an appointment or more information. That number again is 352-237-8400. Looking forward to service your vision needs.
Ocala's information station, 1370 WOCA.
Ocala.
All right, 5 minutes after 9 o'clock. Thank you for tuning in. If you're ever going to vote for somebody for office, and you can say, I think I'd vote for this guy just based on his resume. That's pretty good. That applies to our next guest. Jeff Gold is in the studio. Let me make sure I got him on the screen there. There he is, looking sharp with his suit on. Jeff Gold is retired from the Marion County Fire Rescue. He was a supervisor there. He retired from the Marion County Sheriff's Office. Also as a supervisor, he was the bomb squad commander for the Marion County Sheriff's Office, the academic advisor and instructor for the College of Central Florida, and he is... There's so many more things, so we'll kind of get some of them out, but we only have 10 minutes. He's a candidate for Marion County Commission District 3, and already impressed by him. My nephew Christopher is supporting Mr. Gold, so that's a thumbs up for me, because he was the first person who introduced me to you through way of Facebook. So good morning, Jeff. How are you?
I'm doing great. How are you?
Nice to meet you. Thank you for your service, by the way.
I appreciate
my
that,
goodness,
too.
you've already served us, so you want to serve us some more?
Oh, definitely. Definitely. I'm ready to continue on.
Is there any one thing that got you interested in this particular type of a position in the county commission?
The county commission has a lot. People don't really understand what the county commission does. I don't believe they think it's a part-time job. Every Tuesday they go in and approve, things. But it has a lot to do with our budget, the way that our future in Marion County goes. Has a lot of things to do with, in general, the direction that we're taking. And my parents came here, like a lot of people, were just driving through the area. They were coming through Florida on vacation.
Right? Oh, wow. Huh? From where? Where were they from?
From up in the Ohio area.
Okay.
So they came through and they saw the area and they moved here 53 years ago, and that's where they stayed. They just love the area, and I want to see it back that way again, where we have an area that draws people here, and it's a safe area, of course, because that's my background. I want to see a good, safe area, and for us to be able to sustain what we have.
Yeah. Are some parts of the county, and I don't know if this is anybody's fault, but because it's such a large county, are some parts neglected and other parts favored? Does that happen at all?
I don't. Not when we're talking about public safety. I don't believe that happens. I mean, everywhere is equal. We go to where the calls are. That's how they've always been able to, place people at. I know one candidate was talking last night about how they, it goes by area, what gets the best service, and that's just not right.
Not true at all, huh?
Not true.
I often, because I lived in Rainbow Lakes Estates for a while, and we had the sheriff's department and the fire department showing up there, when we needed them.
Yes.
In fact, there was a sheriff's deputy patrolling the place, I think, all the time.
Yeah, David Lambert used to work out there.
I think that's right. I think that's the name.
Yeah,
yes.
he was.
Absolutely.
He lived out there and worked out there, so it's always a good thing when you have the deputies living in your community that, they also, besides patrolling the area, they know it, their cars are there, so you can go to them if you need to and talk to them or whatever they need to be.
It is a unique position in our community at the county commission because of the fact that there's only, how many county commissioners are there? Five of them. And so the five of you make decisions that affect all the rest of us.
Right, and it's important. We've got to be able to get along with the other county commissioners too. I mean, everybody's got to work together. We got to work with the community. We got to work with the other constitutional officers, because the sheriff sheriff makes his own budget, his or her own budget, and so they come to the county commission for approval of the budget and for some other, if they need more expenditures and all.
Right.
And it's very important. It's a really great job.
Yeah, the two agencies that you already have worked for, the Sheriff's Office and the Marion County Fire Rescue, obviously two huge ones.
Yes.
What about the road department? If you're elected, do you have any ideas on what you would do to? I mean, are the roads in disrepair right now, or what do we have? What's the state of the roads?
That's a big subject, and we have the sales tax that's coming up, and 60% of that's going to go to the roads, and a lot of it's going to be to building our infrastructure up. But no, a lot of the roads need repaired, and that's just part of the whole package. That's not something that can say I'm an expert at, and I'm one of the people who can actually admit that I'm not an expert at everything, even though the resume is big. It doesn't say, everything on there. So that's part that I'm going to need help from and ask people and get advice from different areas. But we've got to get the roads back in place.
Yeah,
and,
well, I think that's the answer we want to hear. You know why? Because nobody expects you to know everything, but we do expect you, if you're in the office, to research those things.
Oh, yes.
One of the suggestions that I had, which, I mean, I didn't do any research, so I don't know that it's a viable thing or not, would be to have some kind of a catwalk, cat crossing, or whatever you call those things, a footbridge on 200. All these tourists, I mean, every once in a while somebody gets hit and killed.
Yeah, or also in some of the communities, the retirement communities, because, Marion County is great because we've got that mix of the retirement areas, and then we're starting to bring in work. A lot of good jobs now with, what the CEP and all the other partners here in the county are doing, and businesses we're bringing in stuff, and we need to have, that balance. Like, the renovation of downtown Ocala is great. I mean, because we need to have those type of things that will bring people to, and those are actually a good idea. They tried to. They were working on that down on 441 area at one point because of the golf carts crossing over, and 200's also dangerous. They're expensive, and I'm not sure exactly
that's the thing,
where it would come.
Yeah, when we were talking about, I don't want to take up your time talking about this, but that bridge that goes across the interstate, the land bridge.
Yes.
I mean, everybody loves it, but when it was first being talked about, Randy Harris was in the county commission, and he was opposed to it, and he made sense.
Yes.
Well, he didn't get his way, but he made a lot of sense. Do we need a bridge like that? And I don't know, but I think a footbridge would make more sense. And I don't know, but anyway.
Yeah.
Tell me about emergency services. This is an area you really know very well.
And it's a hot topic.
What is if you got a report card, what grade would you give our emergency services?
The service that the deputies and firefighters are giving would be an A+ because they do it because they love their job. Chris does it. Everybody else, does it because that's what their passion is. The pay for the area is bad. We lose people because of the pay. I think Marion County, I can't give the exact number, but the fire rescue is down about 90 positions right now. And where that affects us is we have to fill those spots because when you want to call for an ambulance, you can't, we don't have that position. You don't want to wait 20 minutes for an ambulance. That's where we were 30 years ago.
Okay.
And that's when I started. 30 years ago, we were, I was working out of Bellevue area, and we were covering all the way out to Highway 40 to Marion Oaks, everywhere. And, we don't want to get back at that. The services are there. We need to keep the people here. It's not just a fact of money.
Good point, yeah.
It's not just a fact, and it's not just a fact of the money. It's a fact of wanting them here, recruiting those who are within. They know I'm friends with everybody there, and they know it's not going to be, an open checkbook. If I get in, it's going to be a long while of getting this built up and getting some incentives in there. But once we get it back into place and we're able to work with everybody, it'll be good. And the economic development of the community, once we start building more jobs, getting people back in here, buying more, then we'll start to see our money come back up where we can pay everybody appropriately without raising the taxes.
Well, that's good. That's good. You see that. Do you know, I love these opportunities to get to know the candidates when we have these little visits like this. But it's so short, and there's so many more things, and there's probably, I see people calling in, and I just can't take calls right now. But do you have any appearances you want to promote, or do you have a website maybe we can go to help us get to know you better?
Yes, sir. It's mine is votejeffgold.com, and it's a website. It goes over, like he said, that resume, all the experience that's in there, anything that they want to know about me, and they can contact me there. Also, it's a little bit different, but tonight is a sheriff's debate at the Hilton. I'll be there with some of the other candidates, but that's at 7 p.m. tonight. So if anybody's interested in that, they can go there, and if they have any questions, they can stop by and see me.
All right, excellent. So you'll be there tonight. Okay, and I wanted to say this from your resume, if you don't mind, because a lot of what you do in the county commission is budget related.
Yes, sir.
And gosh, you've got that covered in your resume. You prepared budgets and wrote grant for hundreds of thousands of dollars in local taxes and brought fire rescue services to several areas in Marion County, reducing response times, as you just kind of pointed out, which of course translates to saving lives. And you've also it says you contractor instructor to several government and private agencies, including the U.S. military. So thank you for that as well.
Yes, sir.
Well, Jeff, nice to get to know you. It's so quick. Thank you for coming in here, and good luck with everything you're doing.
I appreciate it. Thank you. Great interview.
All right, we will take a little break, and we'll be right back. This is The Source.
The weather is brought to you by myfwc.com. Safe boating is no accident. Some sunshine today with a couple of showers and a thunderstorm around into the evening hours. Our high today 89 to 93. Partly cloudy overnight, low 72 to 76. For tomorrow, intervals of clouds and sun with a couple of showers and thunderstorms